Good morning, Stampers. My name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. Today is gloomy here, but my little birds are still flying in the tree that I look out at when I'm stamping. I just absolutely love my stamping spot, as you know, because I probably comment on it almost every time I make a video. Anyway, so they're my little buddies out there. Okay, so today I'm very excited about showing you a new set, a new bundle, actually a new suite. The bundle is Impressions of Bloom. And I went, seriously, Sandy, you're going to order another flower set? This is a pre-order online. But this set is very unique. I don't know if you can see or not. These flowers are textured. And the leaves are textured. So it's very unique. It's very different. And I've had a lot of fun working with it. Now, I have a lot of new subscribers to my channel. This is a card, I believe I designed it last year. It's made with triangles. So I'm going to show you. And then just inside is very simple. A few more of the little flowers and some of the DSP. Okay. So anyway, let me show you first what's a part of the suite. So first would be, of course, the bundle. And I'm going to explain to you the texture in just a minute when I get to it. Then the second thing is going to be the DSP, which is absolutely gorgeous. I have a feeling you've seen this already. I can hardly wait to see what I'm going to end up making with all this gorgeous DSP. Here's this. Now the thing is, for this card, it can't be going in a one-way direction. It has to be non-directional. So see how this paper is non-directional? You could turn it in any way and it's still going to look the same. But this is directional. All of these, this one's not directional. And I'm not sure. I think this one is directional. Yeah. So you have to use a paper that's non-directional to make this. And you'll understand that in a minute. That's a part of it. And then there's an ephemera pack. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, to be quite honest. Foiled frames and labels ephemera pack. So that will be down the line. I'll be showing you what to do with that. And then it comes with Pretty in Pink and Strawberry Slush, and it looks like white gems. And I think that's it. All right, so now let me show you what you need for this particular card. So we need two 5.5 by 4 1/4. Now notice those are not cut down. That's the full quarter size of a card. The second thing you need is 2 of the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I'm going to show you. So I used the big one here and the one next to it. Now, when you're using this die, if you are new at watching my videos, you may not know this tip, but what you need to do is take a piece of wax paper, wad it up, and go like this around the die. And if you do that, once you cut it out, all these little pieces are just going to pop right out. If you don't do it, you're going to be taking your Take-A-Pick and picking out each one of those things. That is not fun. So just use the wax paper and they just pop right out. It's pretty amazing, actually. Okay, so the Spotlight on Nature dies, and then we're gonna have 2 textured flowers, 3 textured leaves. Here's the little stem. And then we need, this is a 1/4 piece of card stock cut in half at 2 3/4. It's a painted texture die, and if you notice, it just gives a little bit of interest to the top of the card. I didn't want an embossing folder that's going to overpower, and this is not in the catalog. It has been online, and so I don't know if it's going to be last chance, retired, or if they're going to leave it. We won't know that till May. Okay, and however, when I cut it in half, okay, that's 2 3/4. Then I said 4 1/4 minus a smidgen. Okay, you just want it a tiny bit smaller, just a smidgen, okay, smaller than the 4 1/4. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is show you, I think maybe I'll like this. Okay, I'm going to take these little pieces and put them aside so that I don't lose them. Not that I could ever lose anything, right? I'm constantly losing things. Okay, I'm going to put this over here so you can see the floral impressions. Okay, here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is cut the DSP. Now, the reason it has to be 2 full 1/4 sheets is because we need we need rectangles that are going to fit on the front of the card. And so here's the trick. You're going to cut from the left corner down to the right corner. And then on the second one, you're going to cut from the right corner down to the left corner. And I will show you why. Okay, so you're just going to put your corners right on the cutting. Let's see, where's my cutter? My schooling blade keeps falling out. Okay, so now we have two, whoops, let me get this off of here. We have two left pieces. See, this is what happens. This is why you have to have two sheets, because if I turn it over, then I'm not going to have the same, it's not going to fit on the card. So here's two pieces for the left. Now we're going to go from the right corner down to the left corner. Okay, now we have, let me just move this out of the way. So now we have two pieces for the right and two pieces for the left. See how that goes? I love, love, love this design. Okay, so now I have enough for two more cards. Very exciting. Okay, so let's put those aside for the moment. Okay, now I've already got my white cardstock. Let's see, here we go. Little pieces, little pieces. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to put on here is the emboss, the painted texture. And, you know, you don't have to use painted texture, but you need something that's not going to be, it's not going to be the star of the show. You don't want to use an embossing folder that is just really, really fancy. Okay, so this is going to go up along the top. And I doubt that you can see it, but it's just a smidgen. I think that's a great word. Whoops. It's a smidgen smaller. Oh, that's what I was going to use. Okay. Smidgen smaller. Okay, than the width, the normal width. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is put on my triangles. So all you need to do is just put your adhesive around the outside and then just carefully put it right into the corner. Okay, now we'll do our triangle for the right side. This is so unbelievably easy, but so pretty and really unique. And that's what we love to make, right? Pretty, unique, sometimes more complicated. This one's not complicated, but it does have a few steps. Okay, there we go. Off to a beautiful start. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on. This is Petunia Pop, by the way. This paper, it says Fresh Freesia, but Fresh Freesia isn't very poppy. I mean, it doesn't pop enough for me. So in my flowers, I did use Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop. Okay, so this is just going to go on with dimensionals. So, find my dimensionals. Okay. Boy, I really made these little. You know what I did? I go up along the sides of these and cut after I've used up the whole sheet because I don't want to waste. Okay, I guess we can throw that in the trash. All right, so I'm just going to hold this over the trash, pull off these tops, and we'll be ready to mount. And you're going to see when I show you the rest of the cards that I've used, different. Sometimes I have 2 layers, sometimes I have 3 layers. This one obviously just has 2. Okay, so now comes the smaller one. I guess I can put that aside. So this is going to go right there. I don't know what that is, but it's going to get covered up, so it didn't matter. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Petunia Pop ink and my little thanks out of the set. And I'm just going to look again. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it. I think I'm going to, you know, sometimes you get ink right here on the block. I don't think it's going to matter today, but, ooh, nice. Okay, thanks, and Petunia Pop. All right, so I'll need that again in a minute. Okay, so now I can go ahead and add this to the front of the card. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. Is that it? I think that's good. Okay, so now we've got our thanks. All right, now let's trade places here. I'll put this up here, bring this down here. Okay, now I'm just going to show you the absolute uniqueness of this set. So I'm going to take first Fresh Freesia. That's the lighter color in this flower. Then I'm going to take Petunia Pop. Okay, so Fresh Freesia. This is just going to look very ordinary. Let me push it up a little bit. Okay, it's going to look very ordinary, right? Pretty ordinary. Okay, now we're going to get the Petunia Pop. And see how there's one little piece here that kind of sticks way up? Well, there's one here. Let's see if I can find it right here. There's one right there that sticks way up, and that's how you know where to go with your ink. I'm not sure this was perfect. Close enough. Okay, Petunia Pop. All right, so now here comes the fun part. Okay, so I'm going to grab my set, and I'm going to take these two flowers right here. Okay, now when you go to cut, okay, again, I'm looking for that one little piece sticking up. That's how I know right where to go. This is so easy. Okay, now if you just go and cut this out, let me show you what you're going to get. Interesting how these have faded, right, a little bit. Okay, this one has texture. This one doesn't. Can you see the difference? This flower is nice. This flower is a wow because of the texture that's added. So here's what you do. You take this piece. This piece is the piece that has all the texture. And again, here's that little piece that sticks up. So if you want the texture, then you're just going to stick that right like that. Put your tape over it. Be sure and put some type of tape over it. And then you're going to go cut it out. And when you cut it out, this is how it comes out with all this amazing texture. I mean, it is really, really so nice. So I've already cut mine out just to save time, but oops, here it is right here. Let me put this away so I don't lose it. Okay, so I can, oh, I was going to put a center in this one too, because I am going to end up using it. So the center even has texture. Just in the, you can see there's a little bit of white in there. Okay, and there are centers that you can cut out. I'll show you what they look like. I'm not particularly fond of them, so I am not going to add, but I'm going to show you what they look like. Okay, tell me I didn't just lose a flower. Okay, all right, so now let's take our stem. Yeah, I'm still using Dotto until I run out, and then I'll come up with another plan for adhesive. Okay, so there we go. Now, I'll tell you what I did, and you certainly don't need to do this, but I love to, since the flowers are the star of the show, let's see, where's my little piece right here? Since the flowers are the star of the show, I like to sometimes add an extra layer. Sometimes I add 2 extra layers, but I'm just going to add 1 extra layer to just give them a little bit more depth. I have to find my one little piece. There it is right there. Here's this one right there. So you know exactly. I thought this was going to be a pain to try to figure out how the dies fit on. And it is so easy because you're just looking for that one little piece. Okay, so now I'm going to add probably like that. I'm just going to lightly put them on there until I figure out exactly how I want this. Maybe like that. Okay, I think that's pretty cute. Okay, now here's the thing with these leaves. Ooh, see all the texture? Okay, these tear very easily. And you don't have to, oh, I was going to show you, you don't have to add anything to this because, see right here? Okay, when you cut it out, it just texturizes it automatically. So you don't need to do anything except be careful when you're putting adhesive on them because they will come apart. Okay, so let's get the 3 leaves. Initially, when I was trying to design this card, I couldn't figure out how to get any leaves on here, and I had them sticking way down. I'll show you. Whoops, come on, little leaf. Okay, for instance, I had it like way down here. I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. So then I realized, oh, you have to stick it way up underneath there. You just want a little tiny bit of it showing. And then we're gonna put one over here. So I'm sticking most of the leaf up underneath. Okay, is that good? I think that's good. Okay, then we've got these adorable little flowers. Again, I want to show you. So there's 2 of these dies. They cut out 3 individual flowers. So there's 2 of them. So you can cut out 6 at a time if you want to. And they're very tiny. So what I have been doing is I'm just taking my take-a-pick. This is upside down, so that's good. And then I put my adhesive on it. And then I can pop it on my card. Okay, I did get these in different places. Okay. Okay, wrong side, or the back side. Put your, let's see, how am I gonna do that one? Okay, get my next one. You know what, I'm not liking, okay, so these are looking a little different. Okay, don't like the position of this flower. How did I do that before? Like this, okay. I like this better. Okay, much better, okay. All right, then, okay, so now I want to add a little bit of sparkle to it, and that's going to be my rhinestones, because we don't really have anything that matches. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? Put one here, maybe one there, maybe one up over there. Okay, that's good. All right, so now I want to show you the center that you can stamp with texture and cut out if you want to do the centers. But to me, this takes the card from beautiful to a little bit, it's too playful for me. I want my card to be a little more on the elegant side, so I don't really care for those center pieces. Okay, then on the inside, I just took a piece of the DSP. It's 1 inch. And we're gonna just line it up right here. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so then we'll just cut the excess. Now I want to put some little flowers inside just because they're so pick and cute. So let's turn it over. And I'm just gonna find some places to put some little flowers, and we will be done. And then like I say, I've got 4 more cards to show you. One more. These are just so cute. And of course, this is Petunia Pop. I almost thought about using a, let's see. Okay, it doesn't really matter where you put them. Okay, isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh, I really, really, really love it. Okay, so now let me show you 4 more that I've made earlier. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you, this is mixed media florals. I absolutely love this suite, And you know, I haven't even noticed. I think it's still online. I absolutely love it. This also comes from the mix. It was a suite, so there are 2 sets. The flower comes from one set and the greeting comes from the other set. Little ladybug that I added on there. And again, this is the painted texture dies. Okay, so there's that one. I'll move this. All right, then this one is Wildly Flowering. Okay, so now notice I don't have a flower on the front. I just have a great big greeting. And I'm going to show you where these greetings come from. Autumn Expressions has great big greetings that fit so nicely for cards that have a big space like this. Okay, so Autumn Expressions for that. And this is Misty Moonlight and Crumb Cake. Just picking up the colors out of the DSP. All right, then the Lavender, which we all love. Originally, okay, you're going to notice this is a crumb cake, not crumb cake, beige card, because there's beige in the background, not white. However, when I put beige up here and beige here, the card was just dead. So I thought I have to use white. So Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. And then, of course, Gorgeous Grape ink. And then the last one comes from Mediterranean Blooms. Remember this paper? It's still current. Oh my gosh, it is so, so gorgeous. However, I only have 2 layers on this card because I tried using orange of some color and it didn't look good to me. So I thought, you know, you don't have to have 3 layers. So I just have 2 layers on this card. So Garden Green along with that. So if you want to take a picture of these cards, I think you can get most of them in. Okay. All right, so I hope you will try this design if you haven't tried it. And just remember, as long as your paper is non-directional, you're going to be in really good shape. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for letting me introduce this new Impressions Abloom set, bundle, suite, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.